Hello and welcome to a new video. I'm riding the Honda Navi. The date that I am recording this is Sunday, July 2nd. Recording in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm currently on Taylorsville Road. It's kind of a overcast day where it's supposed to storm at some point. So I'm just taking this out for a midday ride while it's not currently doing anything. Kind of ominous looking skies. Now I'm on Dutchman's Lane. I figured today I would go for a ride through Breckenridge Lane in that area. Somewhere I don't think I've gone through very often before. And then over on the left is the Bowman Field Driver's License Bureau. So where you go to get a new driver's license if you need to renew it or to take your driver's test. One of those places that I always dread when I have to go there, because any type of driver's license renewal or DMV type stuff typically is a very timely process. It takes forever. Because last time I went to Bowman Field for driver's license stuff, my license was up for renewal and I got it updated and upgraded to the real ID. And they actually allowed for that, for you to schedule appointments. So I had the appointment scheduled for when they opened, like 8 a.m. So I was in there at 8 a.m. with the line outside the building, and luckily if you had an appointment, they let you come in versus waiting in the line for people that were just there without an appointment. So, on Dutchman's Lane, when I reach Breckenridge Lane, I'm going to turn left. It's kind of windy today. Well, I don't know, it's not that windy. It's just on this Navi, there's no wind screen. So there's always just wind kind of rushing directly up into your face. The light is finally turned green. This can be a pretty long one. So I'm turning left onto Breckenridge Lane. If you turn right instead, then you go through an area where there's, you know, a Kroger, fast food restaurant, stuff like that. But going this direction, I'm going a little bit more towards the East End of Louisville. This is the area where there's a lot of hospitals. Coming up is Kresge Way. So on the right, there's a lot of Baptist Health hospitals and facilities over here. To be 100% honest, I don't think I've gone through this all the way before, so I don't really remember where this comes out. because I try not to do just the same areas and roads every single time I go for a ride. And since it's a kind of overcast day where could be storms or rain, I'm not trying to go super far out. Speed limit is 30 miles per hour through here. And the temperature itself, so just the temperature is not, you know, a scorching day of heat. You know, it's in the low 80s or something, but with the humidity, it feels like it's in the 90s. And the sun's out, so, you know, that's probably increasing the temperature. So pretty hot day. When you're on the Navi moving in air, it's fine. And since I'm going for a shorter ride on these roads at a relatively lower speed, I'm not wearing the big heavy protective jackets or stuff. Just have this dirt bike jersey on. You gotta love when these stoplights through kind of slower speed neighborhood areas last forever and there's nobody really sitting at them. Or nobody going through. There'll be one car and then it, because of the pattern, it holds you there for another 2 minutes. So then this will bring me out across Shelbyville Road. There's some different restaurants and bars and stuff through here. And this building, I remember years ago when they were building this right here on the other side of the street on the right. My girlfriend and I were wondering, well, what's that going to be? Because they're putting in the clock tower thing. We're like, oh, it looks really cool. And it's just some kind of bank. So nothing super exciting, but yeah, so I'd done a video recently where I went down Shelbyville Road to where it becomes Frankfort Avenue and went through Frankfort Avenue and through all the areas that goes through. But this is going down a different direction. Hopefully I won't run into as many stop signs this way, or stop lights. There's a lot of doctor's offices and stuff through here that have kind of cool buildings. So now I'm no longer on Breckenridge Lane, I am on Chenoweth Lane. I'm guessing this will be maybe Brownsboro Road up ahead. I can't quite remember. Yes, this is Brownsboro. I'll go right because I've done videos where I go left through this region. This is not too far from when I've gone on rides before through the neighborhood Indian Hills, kind of by River Road or what have you, and came out. It'll eventually come to Brownsboro Road, so around here. I'll go over here to turn right on Hubbard's Lane. Because again, I'm not trying to get too far out or go places where I'm going to have to drive this bike at the limit, this top speed the entire time. Being in an area that's partially shaded is nice. Now I'm going to intersect with Westport Road. So I'm crossing Westport Road. I'm still in Hubbard's Lane, and this is going to be heading towards Shelbyville Road. Still in the St. Matthews area. Through here, there's a Kroger and a Target. We just passed. I believe that, if what I had seen is correct, they're going to expand this road some through these areas. Which is why there's all the stuff out here. At least that's what I remember seeing on some type of Facebook group or Nextdoor or something. Not that I spend a lot of time checking those, but occasionally I'll send like emails summarizing stuff. So now I'm going to turn on to, once I go through this line, I'll be turning on to Shelbyville Road. Yeah, so I know I've gone on rides before through the Shelbyville Road area. So I'm not going through a huge chunk of this. I'll just go through here a little bit, cut over to a different road. But this is a road that, you know, there's shopping malls, movie theaters, restaurants, all that stuff. So this road, during peak hours, during the weekdays, is very backed up, very busy. And then on the weekends, when people are going to the malls or stores or what have you, it'll be backed up. And then pretty much from, you know, mid-November through January, it'll be really backed up. But I'm going to cut through this parking lot. Yeah, it is always interesting, you know, comparing and contrasting. So I know I've gone on rides before in parts of old Louisville and on the outskirts of Germantown and Shelby Park, and kind of the, west side, west end of Louisville, southern Indiana. You go to these different places, and you see, different demographics. So here, it's very common to see, people with Porsches or Audis or, pretty high-end cars going to these different shops and stores. And then you go to some of the other areas I go through that are a little bit rougher. Because too, on the road I'm about to go through here in a second, I'm going to pass up some high-end car dealerships. Because sometimes that may or may not be faster than waiting at the lights, but then over to the left is Mall St. Matthews, so there's Dillard's and all the stuff that's over there. And I can't remember if I've gone on rides on the Navi through here or not before, but this is heading back to some of the areas I was earlier. So over here on the left, there's the Audi of Louisville dealership, the Porsche dealership, Jaguar, Maserati, so Land Rover. Maybe I'll loop around just to go back through there. So not, not Chevy and Ford and Kia and Hyundai, but, Porsche and Maserati. So I'll just roll through here. It's always interesting to see how these places are doing. So you got your Land Rovers through here, Jaguar, Alfa Romeo, Maserati, all these cars, Porsche. So you got your Porsches over here. You got some of your electric ones that are charging over there. Then you got your Audis. So, this is not a low-income area directly around here. Some cars charging. So I'll roll back through the other way. And then this is going to take me kind of back to an area I was at earlier. It's the cool multicolor Porsche up there. Then there's some electric charging stations that look like back there charging stuff. Different Porsches and Land Rovers and Maseratis. So all cars, cars through here that cost as much as some people's houses. It is just interesting, and in every big city, not that Louisville's a big city, but most big cities, or areas that have a population of more than a few 100,000, you can take a ride that goes 10 minutes and go from a pretty wealthy area to a pretty not wealthy area. Yeah, so that was some of the higher end car dealerships. Now, and this is a street where the speed limit is 25 miles per hour, so you need to slow down a second there. Not that anybody else does, but I'm on Kresge Way. This is the road I'm on right now and I've been on. And this is going to go back up where I was at earlier, past all the hospitals, onto Breckenridge Lane. Yeah, so that was taking the Honda Navi on kind of a loop, starting off on Taylorsville Road, and then going to Dutchman's Lane, and then going to Breckenridge Lane, and taking that down until it crosses over Shelbyville Road and becomes Chenoweth, and then kind of taking that to Brownsboro Road, and then coming back on Hubbard's Lane and crossing Shelbyville Road, and then going to Kresge Way, and now I'm about to turn back onto Breckenridge Lane. But yeah, so that'll wrap it up for this ride. Until later.